Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Cervantes podcast. Joining me today for a discussion about achieving peace of mind, perception versus reality, meditation, and ASMR is YouTuber, ASMR enthusiast, crochet artist, influencer, mom to Joanna, and my cousin, Arianna Malagon. How are you doing, Cuzzo?
I'm doing good. I'm chilling. You're in the vibes.
Into it. So, I wanted to ask you first, what brings you peace of mind nowadays?
Um, Honestly, centering myself and realizing that I have control of my own life, that essentially brings me peace of mind in my life. Knowing that I have the choice to create my own destiny, like that instills peace into my soul.
I think it's important to note that peace of mind, it's not we're imperfect beings and we're never totally gonna be like always at peace, and we're not always gonna be happy and be super calm and zen like some people, like to be and try to promote. But I think it's important to like find things that bring you peace of mind.
Yes,
Like
exactly. For me, I would say like a lot of the things that I plan on being successful for are things that bring me peace. You know what I mean? Like since high school, I've been worried about my brows. Like I went through so many different brow phases in my high school because I was over here in search of the perfect like brow for my face or whatever. So it's like I already enjoy brows, so I figured why not make a career out of it and do microblading. You know what I mean? I'm
nice.
not really big on lashes. Like I don't really do makeup like that, but I know that it'll make someone else's life that does wear makeup a lot easier to know like their eyebrows is one less thing they have to worry about, especially if they get them microbladed because it's semi-permanent ink. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then with the lashes as well, like instead of gluing on lashes every freaking day, you have the time to like do something else because you have extensions or whatever the case may be. And then like with my crochet, when I got pregnant is when I actually picked it up. I used to knit, but then I let it go because I wasn't really passionate about that, and I was a little scared to get started on crochet because in crochet, Jacob, get out. Get out. You wanted to go upstairs? Go upstairs. Because I need to talk. So anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's like I picked it up for pregnancy reasons because I couldn't fall asleep a lot of the time. And then I was nervous to try it because it was like crochet is 2 needles, and I mean crochet is 1 needle and knitting is 2. So I figured like how the hell is crochet faster if there's only one needle used? But then when I tried it, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Like, don't knock it till you try it. And goodbye, I fell in love. Like I could make
Nice.
my period. And then with my Reiki, I had a lot of depression and anxiety growing up and stuff. And, for me, religion just wasn't enough, at least, for me at least.
Right.
And I was searching for something more. And with the things that I was searching, I found spirituality and I found like meditation and all of those things. And they are essentially all of those things what bring me peace. So why would you not want to pursue something in your life, like a career or anything, and not think of, does this bring me happiness? Does this bring me peace? You know what I mean? You don't want to do something for the rest of your life that you don't enjoy. As I feel like as long as you're chasing something you care about and you like to do, not only do you not feel like you're working, but you're progressing in something that you'll feel more accomplished for because it's something you actually care about.
Yes, I completely agree because I think sometimes people are like they have these jobs or careers where they're good at it, but they're not, and they're getting paid a lot of money for it, but they don't like it, and it doesn't bring them peace. So it's like
Exactly.
kind of like, yes, I'm making money, and yes, I can provide for myself, but like, am I happy or am I happy? Happiness is a mood, not a destination, but it's like, am I at peace with this job? Can I sleep at night doing what I'm currently doing? And I think also like what you said, you find multiple things that bring you peace of mind. It's not just one thing, because I think sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that thing could get old. We grow. Sometimes we like things for 2 to 3 years and then we switch. Like we're constantly growing as people, so it's okay for our interests and
To
our
change as
hobbies
well.
to change. Right.
Yeah. Like for me, I had a problem for the longest growing up, like figuring out what that thing was because I was very distracted in high school. I was worried about boys, worried about the wrong shit, you know, worried about relationships that didn't even fucking matter, like not even one bit. And it's like instead of worrying about boys, you should have worried about creating relationships with people, you know, like figuring out yourself, what you want to do and stuff like that. And because I wasn't doing that in high school, it's like I was kind of forcing myself to do that now. And in high school is when I found spirituality. And I feel like because I found that first, it was way easier for me to find what I actually cared about and loved doing because I was like tying spirituality into it. You know what I mean? Like this brings me peace. This centers me. This makes me feel good. And it's like once I finish a project, doing something like my crochet projects is like I feel like that bitch. You know what I mean? Like period.
Right. And it also, I think, falls under the umbrella of like self-care. People love to
Yeah.
throw that word around, and sometimes I'm guilty of it too. It's more than just a face mask. It's more than just, quotes on Instagram that you like and whatever.
It's living by it.
It's living by it, and it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's,
No.
difficult to,
Yeah.
take a look into yourself and try and figure out, like what serves me, what doesn't serve me. And
Yeah.
that's not easy, especially for us right now. Like we're in that transition, like not kids anymore, but like we're adults, but we're not grown. So figuring out navigating that, it's a tough time right now. Whether you're in college, not in
Like
college,
for me, I feel like it's a common misconception, especially when you go on social media. A lot of people our age are doing a lot of things. They're doing their thing, they're making a lot of money, and you see all this shit. They're going to parties and all that shit, whatever the case may be. And it kind of puts a lot of pressure on you. Like you put a lot of pressure on you because it's like, damn, they're my age, they're doing this. Like, what's my excuse? But it's like, you also have to realize, let alone if it's a life journey or a spiritual journey, like your time comes when you're ready, and they might have been ready, and that doesn't mean you're ready. You know what I mean? We get caught up a lot in like, oh, if they have it, I should have it. First of all, they're not you. You know, I don't think you should even want to be like them in your case, because it's like you haven't figured out what even makes you special, and you think that you are ready enough to get these blessings, like have all this money and all of that shit. Like, have you even done the internal work to even get to that spot? No, you have not. So it's like you have to really look inward in order to receive the blessings outward. You know what I mean?
yes,
And people need to realize for that, you're going to break a lot of walls that you thought were there, and you're going to make yourself really uncomfortable, and you're going to feel super shitty. And they're going to be like, spiritual awakening and like life journeying is not perfect, and it's never done. Healing is never done. None of those things are
no,
ever done. You're constantly learning, you're constantly healing. And it's like, once you understand the fact that there is a reason why it has to get worse before it gets better, and you accept that, I feel like things actually start looking up. You know what I mean?
yes, yes. And I think like nothing good comes easy. And even for me, like it's hard to I hear that, I'm like, but I just want to succeed right now. Like let me just fast forward to the part where, I'm successful and like I have a six pack and like my skin is clear. Like I just want to fast forward all the messy stuff. But if I always got what I wanted, like
You wouldn't appreciate it.
I'm not
You
gonna
wouldn't
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it, and you're not going to know how to keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind
So
of
it's
like
like
when
also,
your parents give you money versus you working for that money. Yeah.
so it's like also with when you are hating on someone else because they got something you want or whatever, they might have it, but also you have to take into account, you don't know their story. Maybe they're gonna lose it. Maybe they don't know how to keep it. Maybe they just got lucky. Like, you know what I mean? That's why you
Right.
always have to stop looking at other people's plate and worry about your own. Because it's like, while you're worrying about this person, like they're not even gonna keep what you're worried about. You know what I mean? Or even if they
Yes.
are, like, you should be worried about yourself, because if you do that, then your time will be coming.
Yes, like the grass is always green on the other side, and I think sometimes growing up, like being like I'm not rich, and I think I grew up in a very affluent neighborhood, and it kind of, and then I went to schools where the majority or a lot of kids had money. So it kind of made me feel like I gotta keep up with the Joneses, you know, that phrase. And like I gotta act a certain way. I can't let them know that I can't afford something. Or you know, like I think some people can relate to that. And it sounds silly looking back, but it's a reality that I think a lot of people face, whether it's, you know, you trying to fit in, not even just about money, but you trying to fit into a space where you feel like you don't belong. And it's like, no, I had to take a moment and realize like you don't, just because somebody has money or everything that Cervantes wants or everything that you want doesn't mean that they're happy. How many times have we seen celebrities, singers, rappers, artists, entertainers that we all know and love that they seem to have it all, but then they have a drug overdose or they're addicted to something and then they die, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like that it's very sad, and I think we kind of put people on a pedestal. We put celebrities in America on a pedestal, and we have to change that. But I think my whole point was just like, you can't. It brings me peace of mind now that like I don't need to keep up. I don't need to keep
Sorry.
up with. No, it's okay. I don't need to keep up with anyone. You know, and we're all imperfect, and just because like some and like just because it's kind of like you could have a lot of nice things. I could have the Jordans, I could have the beautiful wife, I could have the great job, make money, and everything's in line externally, but I'm not happy. So it's
Yeah.
like, if I don't fix what's in here, which isn't going to be overnight, you know, it might take therapy and crying and yelling and arguing. But if I don't fix what's in here, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good for me. And it's gonna affect my relationship with my kids, my future kids, with my romantic relationships, even at work maybe. So
Yeah.
I that was a
I
lot, that was
feel
a lot,
like,
but
yeah, no, 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 you're good. I feel like you obviously were correct with everything you said. I just wanted to add too, like, it's also about being grateful. You have to be grateful for what you already have, because what you already have is what most of people in this earth don't even have. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like, let's
yes.
really talk about it. Not
Like,
everyone
am I
even has a
really? Do I really?
house.
Yeah. Like sometimes I victimize myself, and I'm sure other people do that too. Like, oh my god, like why is this happening to me? Like, why can't I get the job? Why can't I get this? Why can't I get? And it's like, Cervantes, like you. I remember speaking to like my friend Victoria, and I was complaining about something when we were younger, and she was like, Cervantes, you have two parents that live with you that are not in jail, that are not sick. You have a younger sister, you have a house, you have food, you have clean water. It's not that serious. And
Yeah.
to other people that might sound crazy because like I don't remember what we were talking about,
And
but
it shouldn't. It
but
shouldn't
it but it
sound
shouldn't,
crazy.
because nothing she said was false. I do have it better than a lot of people. Someone's always gonna have it harder. So I can't victimize myself to the point where it's like, well, I can't do it. I have to give up because I can't let the cards that I've been dealt with like
Define you. That's
yes.
what's that. You can't also let your past define you, because that's literally restricting you from being the person you want to be. If you think that that's that person, like, you're accepting, you're agreeing that like that's the person you are and that's just it and you can't fix it. No, if you want to wake up a different person because you know that different person is going to get you a different life that you want, by all means, why the hell wouldn't you do that? Because you're scared of what other people think about you? Girl, like, people don't even know themselves and you think about what you care about, what they think about you. Like, they don't even know themselves, but you're worried about what they think about you. Like, okay, goodbye.
Yes, yes. And it's like now it's like it feels so good. Like I'm still working on it. We all work on our insecurities, and like I think we're in that generation where like we've kind of been programmed to think, to
Yeah,
care about what
that's
others
exactly
think.
what it is. That's
Yeah, and it's
exactly what
like
it is.
nowadays it's like I don't need to, what am I trying to say? I'm not worried anymore. Like I'm trying to worry about myself and what, this podcast. I'm trying to worry about this degree. I'm trying to worry about this internship. Like I cannot thrive and I cannot get where I'm trying to go if I'm constantly worrying about what the next guy or girl or anybody thinks. I'm not gonna. And that we see that in high school. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
we constantly find ourselves in drama. We constantly find ourselves in, you know, like just predicaments where it's like, if this would have been avoided if I just worried about myself and mind my business.
Exactly. And I want to retouch on what you just said also, because with being grateful and shit, it also ties into like realizing that you have to be happy for everyone else's successes as well, because that's opening up a door for you to receive successes for yourself too. If you're so like, if you're being envious because this person got whatever the case may be, and you're not there yet, and you feel like you're more worthy or whatever, you're not getting it, because all off the bat you're just letting your ego take over the situation, if that
Ego,
makes any sense. So
ego.
it's like, yeah, and then something that I struggle with is my ego as well. Like my business partners, they're like, you know, your ego is not your amigo, and it's so true, because it's like the ego is literally is just put in our bodies for our spirits to survive. So like I don't really know how to like really break it down to you, but I feel like that's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? Like for your
Yeah.
spirit, your body is the vessel for your spirit. And the ego is there placed in your body so that your spirit is surviving. There it was there for survival. It is not there for anything more than that. And we let it interfere in our lives so much to the point where our ego perceives, it judges, and all of those extra things that it should not be doing. And
Like,
that at that point is like, it's not your friend.
yes, because it's like we should be living to
We should be
live as
uplifting. We
opposed
should be
to
yes.
living to survive.
We should be uplifting everybody, because honestly, if our God is so abundant, why would our God not like have enough successes for all of us? You know what I mean? Our God is
Right.
abundant. You know, whoever you believe in, the universe, God, whatever, it is abundant. And whoever says, oh, like I believe in this, I believe in that, you can agree with me. Whatever it says in your religion or whatever the case may be, it is, the person is very abundant. So if they are abundant, why are you so upset that your blessings have not came to you yet? It's something that's wrong with you. You have to fix yourself in order to receive those blessings, because even the fact that you're mad that someone else got those blessings before you should be proof that you should check yourself, because you're not you're not deserving, not worthy. You're not deserving
Yes.
of those blessings yet.
Yes, yes. Like I think that's so true. That's so true. Like you need to learn. I always see on Instagram like like those memes where it's like learn how to cheer for your friends, learn how to applaud your friends when they're succeeding. Your time will come. That's exactly what you just said. Why do you feel the type of
Exactly.
way that your friend got the internship and you're still waiting? It's okay. Maybe it's not your time yet. Maybe you weren't supposed to get that job. You know, perception versus reality. Has breaking down that concept put things in a better perspective for you?
Okay, so yes, but ultimately, because I understand that my perception equals my reality. Because your life is 90% your reaction and 10% what's happening to you. So it's like how you perceive everything is literally becomes your reality. So like, for example, I know I keep repeating it, so I'm going to give you an example because I can't really explain it any other way. Good. So it's like you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm already like, I can't, today's a bad day, whatever the case. You're putting all these things in your head. You're perceiving it as a bad day. So it's gonna be a bad day. That's your reality now. So once you come into check and realize that everything you perceive becomes your reality, you can keep your thoughts in check and be like, oop, how the fuck is it gonna be a bad day? Like, what about it is gonna be a bad day? Like, no, it's actually gonna be a good fucking day. Like, I'm gonna do all this shit. Like, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna get this shit done. I'm gonna talk to this person.
Yes.
And then it's like, you have control of how you view the universe. You have control of how you view everything in front of you. That's why I say it's very important to not really judge, because then your perceptions become your reality. You know what I mean? And if that's becoming your reality, you have a negative reality, and you're not going to attract anything but negativity towards you. And then you wonder why like bad things keep happening to you, or like you're not moving up in life. It's because, bitch, you don't even like, you're over here mad negative, you're over here all this shit, and you're mad you're attracting negative shit. Like, make that make sense.
You're attracting negative people to come towards you. And if you
Yes.
and it's not, I never want to we can't all be positive every single day, 24 hours a day. Like we're not
Yeah.
actors. I don't want to be an actor in that way. I want to be real and I want to be honest. And you can't, and like you said, like I remember seeing that thing where it's like you can't control other people and what they do,
No,
but
yes, you
you
can.
can control, like you said, how you react to it, what you choose to say, what you don't say. So sometimes if you have to bite your tongue, you know, or you have to leave them on scene, leave them on red, and don't reply to that message because you know that it's gonna build something up, then do that. You
Yeah,
know, I'm
sometimes
gonna
no
decline
reaction
that
is the
call.
best reaction.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Sometimes no reaction is the best reaction.
Yes, and no response is a response. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes, I always felt like I was a people pleaser and I need to oh, Cervantes, like, you free? Like, not really, but okay, I'll go. I just have to be honest and learn how to say no. And I can't control if you're gonna be angry about that, but I can't. You can't continue to do things that you don't want to do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have to do my homework. You know, that's something that I need to do. I have to get 120 credits, not 90, not 80. I have to get 120 in order to graduate. So there's some, of course, there's things in life that you have to do. You know, your responsibility as a parent, you need to take care of Joanna. You have to take care of your daughter and feed her. Those are like, it's not like you want to do it, like you have to. Like that's your duty as a parent. And I think sometimes even in my family, I feel bad saying no, because I don't want to upset my grandma or don't want to upset my parents or don't want to upset certain people. But when am I going to do what I want to do for once? And I think sometimes in our culture, Black people, Latino people, Caribbean, it's like we have to serve our elders and serve our parents, but when do we serve ourselves?
Yeah, the thing with some parents is like they feel like once they have a kid, it's an excuse for them to boss someone around, or like they see their child as below them. No, sis, you decided to bring a life here. So it's your responsibility now to preserve that life and guide them and teach them exactly what you know and keep on learning so you can pour into them and make them better than you. And you need to realize that they're not below you because you decided to have them. They're your equals. They have feelings just like you. And it's very important, especially during their childhood, to be a good parent
Yeah.
because they bring that shit into adulthood with them.
Yes, what wasn't resolved in childhood is gonna come up, and you can, and yes, like we said before, the cards that were dealt with. So you could have had a bad childhood, but that doesn't give you an excuse to treat
Yes,
people
exactly.
poorly, right?
You should then see that as a reason to change yourself for the better and change the narrative basically and break generational curses and continue to strive for success.
Right. Because yes, in some ways, like, let's say if you don't grow up with a parent, and you only grow up with one, it's like, oh, like I didn't have this parent, so that's maybe why when I become a parent, I lack in certain areas. Okay, yeah. But that doesn't give you an excuse to treat your child poorly because you only had one instead of the traditional two,
Yeah.
or it's like, I was beat, so I'm gonna beat you. No.
Yeah, that kind of ties into limiting beliefs because it's like they actually believe they can't be better. They believe that this is what they've been served and they choose to accept that and agree that that's their reality.
In a 2016 song by rapper Gucci Mane featuring rapper Drake, both, Drake said, "The power of the mind is not a joke. Man, I said I would do it and I did." So basically, he's, manifesting, what he wants in life. Do you believe in manifestation?
Definitely, like, goodbye, you already know that. Know
Yes.
that, like, basically your mind is very powerful. Exactly what I was talking about before, like perception with reality and also like limiting beliefs. If you tell yourself in your head that you can't do it, you're not going to be able to do it because you already accepted you couldn't do it. So it's going to be one, harder for you, and two, you're probably not even going to get it done because you already accepted that you can't do it. You can't go in life just assuming that you can't do something just because the next person couldn't do it. Just like I said in the beginning, like, you are not that person. So why do you think because they couldn't do it, you can't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What Drake said was basically like, I said I was going to do it. You're speaking it out into existence, and it got done, because not only did I speak it out, I did the work because I believed I could do it, and I said I was going to do it. So it is done.
Yes, because I think it also, some people think, and even I thought like, oh, so if I just say something every day in the morning, like it's gonna happen. No, I have to say it,
No,
believe it, because words have power. But I also need to back up
exactly.
with what I'm saying with the hard
Mm-hmm.
work. You know, what
Yeah,
am
like,
I actively doing to match what I'm saying?
yeah, the universe is not going to be like, wow, they're saying I want a Lamborghini time. Like, no,
We all
what
want
are
that.
you? They're going to be like, okay, you want a Lamborghini? Let's see you work for the Lamborghini. We'll give it to you, but you got to work for it. So like, let's see. And they'll throw you tests. They'll throw you obstacles to be like, is this really what you want? Because here's this. Let's see if you really want this. Let's see if you get distracted. Like, let's just see. Because they want to see if you deserve it. You're not going to get anything you don't deserve. So if you put
Ooh,
in
I
the
like
work
that.
and you're constantly setting your mind to it, and you're reaffirming to yourself that it's gonna get done, and you're working towards that shit, it is gonna get done because you're doing the work, you're affirming it to the universe, they're gonna give you what you deserve.
Yes. Even now, like now I am in the field that I want to be in. And now I'm being tested. I'm taking very like rigorous, like advanced courses that I didn't know it was gonna be this hard because of, you know, this false perception of like communications is easy and like that's not a real major, whatever. And I thought also like, oh, I like it, so it's gonna be easy. Or I'm interested and it's gonna be easy. No. Just because you're doing what you love doesn't mean that it's not gonna come with
It's gonna
challenges.
be
And it's not,
exactly.
yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's very important that you decide what you like and decide what you want to do for you at a young age, because you also have to realize, just because you know what you want to do and just because like you enjoy doing it does not mean that it's going to come easy. There's just like any other thing, it's going to be hard, but the thing that's most rewarding about it is that it's something you want to do, it's something you actually care about,
For the
it's
next
something.
10, 20, 30, 40, yeah, years.
So it's like you will feel so proud of yourself to know not only did you excel in something, you excelled in something you cared about, and you excelled in something that you took interest in. So it's like, you're like, damn, like I really went through all these hardships. I really went through all this shit. I really changed so much. And we're still doing what I love. What's up? Like, you know?
Yeah, ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, is a tingling sensation that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. According to the Huffington Post, the stimuli that triggers ASMR vary from person to person, but some of the most common ones are said to include whispers, white noise, lip smacking, tapping on hard surfaces, brushing sounds, and even the sound of someone eating. So, how did you find out
Ew,
about
not the mukbangs.
right. I wanted to ask you, how did you find out about ASMR and how has it helped you?
Okay, perfect. So I started learning about ASMR obviously on YouTube. I was, like I said previously, you know, having a hard time with anxiety and depression and stuff. And I discovered ASMR. I don't remember exactly how, but I know I watched the video and I was like, period. Like, I feel really good. Like, it helps you physically and emotionally and mentally, because it's like the physical feeling would be like the tingles and shit. It helps you feel good. You know what I mean? And then like the messages that the ASMR artists would be relaying also help you and put your mind at ease. Like basically everything I was saying, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Was like, okay, this is what I need, and I'm gonna implement this into my life. Everything is okay. I should not be afraid to be myself because that's my superpower. And it's like, it's just really calming all around, because it's not like you're getting someone yelling at you. It's really like they create a calm, serene space for you to actually feel your emotions and also like deal with them. And I feel like the way it's delivered also helps, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Like the sound and like the rhythm of their
Yeah,
voice.
so it's like the little, like the caring atmosphere, the nurturing atmosphere, the quiet, serene atmosphere, the relaxing atmosphere that is produced while making and creating ASMR is ultimately unmatched. Because if you pull up a regular video, a motivational video, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like I'm pumped, whatever the case may be or whatever, but you're still gonna feel like, damn, I feel sad or whatever, like I need those emotions catered to. So ASMR kind of slows everything down and lets you know that taking days off is okay. Like you need to check yourself mentally a lot. And it's like you need to remember, like a lot of ASMR artists in their videos would be like, did you drink water today? Like you don't have people a lot of the time asking you things like that. So it's like watching a video where you see other people caring for you and nurturing you is like actually very stimulating and makes you feel better and actually releases chemicals. I think it's like serotonin, the happy chemical, and it
Oh,
makes you
okay.
emotionally better. Like it's science, really.
Right, right. And it's not just for like if I want to go to sleep. Like I can watch that
No,
anytime.
yeah, you could watch it to like study. You could watch it like in the middle of the day. Like you could watch it for sleeping. You can watch it like if you're having an anxious, like before a test. Like they
That's
actually
great.
help a lot.
That's really good because I think at first I was like, oh, like I feel like I can go to sleep. Like I don't need that. But like you just said, it's not for that. It's just calming, whether it's middle of the day, maybe even right now in between classes or
It's
in
like
the
little
shower.
energy checkpoints to check yourself and like reground yourself
Right. Like
and
a
come back in tune with your body.
yeah, maybe even like a boost of energy that you needed to keep you going. So I think that's good. And I know Arianna, she had a whole channel dedicated to ASMR. Do you think that you'll
Yeah.
ever bring that back, or do you feel like you're gonna close the chapter on that?
No, so I am going to make more ASMR videos in the future. It's just like finding the time to do that. I'm a little like unorganized with my life right now, but I've been taking steps to like reorganize it and stuff. Like I already explained to you, I have a lot of things going on. Like I'm a crochet artist, microblading. Like I'm working towards getting my certificate. My
You're a
vegan
mom.
skin. Yeah, being a mom, vegan skincare, hair care, wellness business. What else?
Yeah,
The
she's
Reiki
trying to do it
practitioner.
all. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I know people are probably like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Like, she has so much shit. You can do it. Like, why can't I do it?
Um, I once saw a quote on Instagram that read, "Don't argue with someone who is committed to misunderstanding you." Do you agree with that statement? Is it better to just be quiet and not argue sometimes?
Yeah, because ultimately, I feel like if you're continuously trying to get someone to see your point, you're looking for external validation. When if you really believe what you're saying is true, you shouldn't really have to be going that hard to make someone else believe. You just know it's true. So why do you care so much about them not believing? Like, it's funny because that happened to me yesterday with Jacob. Jacob came up to me and he was like, "Oh, you want to know what I saw today? Like, I saw something that was so stupid." He said something like that. And he was like, "That reality shifting is real." And I chuckled a little bit. And he was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Reality shifting is real." And he's like, "Oh, I don't believe it." And I was like, "Okay, that's your decision." He's like, "Yeah, but why do you think it's real?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna sit here." Right off the bat, I said this. I was like, "I'm not gonna sit here and converse with you about something you're so dedicated to prove me wrong about. I don't care if you think that it's true or not. I just know it's real and I validated myself, so I don't need you to validate me." And he was just like, and then he goes, "Oh, but I'm not trying to argue. I'm actually curious now." Because now he knows I have the confidence in what I believe in. So he wants to know what even gave me that confidence. So now he's actually interested in what I have to say instead of like trying to look for how I'm wrong. You know
And
what I mean?
disprove it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that stuff too comes with confidence. You saw like the way I said it too. It was like, I don't care. I already know it's real. I don't care. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you because I don't care if you don't care. Like, I don't care if you don't think it's real. I
Right.
know it's real, and I don't need you to be like, "I don't believe it." I do. I don't care if you do or not. You know what I mean? Me
Yeah.
believing in it is enough for me. Like, if you're interested, I told him this too. If you're genuinely interested, I'm not gonna deprive you from that information. But the way you're talking to me is like you're looking for an excuse. Like you're looking for something to be like, "You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong." And like,
Right.
I don't
And
care for
nitpick
it.
everything. And it's like, no,
Yeah,
don't
like
do
I
that.
don't care for it.
Right. I know my truth. And I think yeah, I know my truth and I don't need you to co-sign it. I don't need you to co-sign or agree. I know what this is to be true and that's it, period. And I think sometimes you can like, I know for me sometimes Reese, like I just gotta stop arguing. I just gotta, not respond or just, laugh it off or just be quiet because I know that this person doesn't deserve my energy. It doesn't deserve my anger. It doesn't deserve my
Yes.
frustration because it's not going to do anything for me. And that person gets validation that I'm all riled up. You know, I remember a lot of time. I remember a lot of times in high school, or where people would like just want to argue with me just to see me riled up, and like
Because
will
they have
admit and like
control of
admit
you at
it.
that point. They like having control and power over you. And that's especially, you already know the energy that comes off when an argument's about to happen. You know when it's like they're genuinely curious or they're just trying to nitpick and be wrong, like make you wrong. So it's like, you need to fucking understand that you're only going to get emotional about things that you don't believe are true. For example, if you don't have a solid faith in God, or like for example what Jacob did yesterday, if I didn't have a solid belief that reality shifting was true, I would have definitely got so tight. I would have definitely engaged in that argument, because I'm just tight that I kind of believe in it, but I don't have enough faith. So I'm just gonna be mad and be like, "How can you not believe? Oh my God!" Like blah 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 blah.
Right.
I believe. How dare you? How dare you? I validated myself. I don't care. You
Right.
can go like this all your life. I'm not.
Yes, and I think that you find the balance between not letting people walk over you and treating you like a doormat, and you're just like like you just
Boundaries.
set boundaries, you know, find the balance between like not arguing and proving every single point like a lawyer, but also not being treated like a doormat. And you can find that balance. It's easier said than done, but try to figure out, you know, like, okay, is this worth me? Do I need to defend myself in this moment, or should I just let this person talk crazy and just say, you know, stupid stuff and not make any sense? Or sometimes, no, I do need to check this person because they crossed the line. And our lines are different. Some things that affect me and anger me are not going to offend or anger you, Arianna. And that goes for everyone. But it's like finding, you know, when do you want to pick that battle, you know, or when do you just want to let them talk crazy?
Because yeah, exactly. I don't mind having the conversation about what I believe in. By all means, like I am not the type of person to be like, how do you say this? I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't sit there and have all this knowledge and keep it to myself, but I'm not going to sit here and tell people that aren't willing to listen with open ears. I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to get emotionally involved in this conversation because you're not even ready for this conversation. So we'll just talk about it when you're ready, because you're not, and you're just going to piss me off. And I'm not going to deliberately do that to myself.
No, let's have a conversation. In a 2017 interview with the Hollywood Reporter Oscar Directors Roundtable discussion, Denzel Washington, Oscar award-winning director and actor, when asked if he always knew if he wanted to be an actor and director, Washington said, "You don't have to know at 17 what you want to do for the rest of your life." Do you think it is okay for a young person does not know their purpose yet? And where do you think the fear of the unknown that a lot of young people have comes from?
Okay, so I think it's perfectly fine, but I feel like most of that stems from people pleasing at a young age. Because when you're so worried about other people, you don't even know what you like. So you're not gonna know at 17 what you like, what you want to do, and all of that shit. That's why I say like it's very important with childhood, because if you're a good parent and you support your child and guide your child towards what they want to do, they have a sense of self at a young age, so they know what they want to do at a young age. But not everyone's very privileged to have that, so I don't think it's really their fault, because I wasn't really privileged to have that, not only because of my parents. I'm not trying to throw shade at them. They did the best they could with what they were given. It was myself too. I was looking for external forces of validation, whether it be in relationships or friendships. And then by the time I graduated and I didn't have those friends anymore, I was like, now what? You know what I mean? Now what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I think that that's completely fine. And then what was the second question again? Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, the fear of the unknown that some people have when they don't know their purpose yet.
Limiting beliefs.
Okay.
When everyone's constantly saying you can't do it, it's impossible, I couldn't do it, you're gonna be like, damn, like I can't do it then. Excuse me, just because fucking Brandon couldn't fucking do it doesn't mean you can't do it. You're not Brandon.
Right.
And that's what I mean, like, by limiting beliefs. You see all these stories and you think they apply to you because it didn't work for them. You're not them, sweetie. Go fucking do it. You're telling yourself no, and you didn't even fucking start. Like, you're the problem. You need to fix yourself. You need to see what the problem is, because that's most likely the problem. You're so worried about external forces that you're so scared to do what you want to do because you're worried about what other people have to say. And that's my problem. That's why I'm so glad I also joined the business, because now I can actually realize that was my problem. I'm not perfect, like I said, but the thing is, you might not even know it's your problem, even though you know you're not perfect. So having a team with you to support you and motivate you and see what the problem is and be real with you would help you elevate and realize that fear is a good thing. You just have to chase that feeling, because fear means you're going in the right direction. You're breaking out of your old habits, and good things and new things are coming to you.
Right. And I think a little fear is okay, but don't let it stop you from,
Yes.
like, try new things. Like, you never know unless you try. And that applies to everything. Walking up to that girl that you're too afraid to talk to, or, applying to that college, or applying to that job.
Because, like, let's really talk about it. Why are you even scared to talk to that girl? Because she's gonna dub you? Well, you not talking to her is basically her dubbing you. So why don't you go up there and see if she's willing to talk to you? Because the worst thing that could happen is what you already have there happening. You're not gonna talk.
Yes, I forgot who said it, but like, yes, I forgot who said it, but like, you miss
the answer is always no unless you ask. And if you ask and the answer is no, it was no anyway from the beginning. So there's really no place of lack, because you know what I mean? Like, you never even got to know her. You know what I mean? So if you go up to her and you're like, hey, can I get your number? She's like, no. Did anything in your life really change? No. That wasn't your best friend or whatever. Like, that was just some girl. Or like, you know what I mean? You understand?
Yeah, like you didn't burn any bridges, really.
Like, it's not really that big of a risk when you think about it. You're just letting your limiting beliefs and your fear guide your choices. Was it a good choice? I don't really think so, because you could have just gotten a number right there. But because of your limiting beliefs and fear, you didn't even try. You know what I mean?
Like, I forgot who said it, but like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So it's like, if I never tried, the answer is going to be no, like you said. Thank you, Cuzzo, for joining me on the podcast today. I really appreciate it. This is a great conversation. What else would you like to plug? Is there anything we should look out for in the next couple of months or weeks?
Me? My crochet drop.
Yes, when is that?
It's gonna be in June. I think I said the 16th of June. I'm gonna have that. I already have my new Instagram profile up too, but I don't have any followers on it because I just kind of made it. I was thinking like I would not have my crochet stuff up on the same account that I have like a million other things on.
Oh, so like a personal Instagram and then a business one.
Yeah, so a business one, like for my crochet. So what I'm gonna do is like the ASMR channel, my Reiki, like you can book on my main page. My microblading, you can book on my main page.
You have a link in your bio, right?
Yeah, my vegan skincare and hair care and wellness stuff you can find on my main page. The only thing you'll find on my other page is just my crochet. So like, my stuff.
Okay, and you can click the link in her bio to see the link tree that she has to all the different things that are happening right now or are gonna happen. So look out June 2021 for the crochet business by Arianna Malagon. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.